Krishna, welcome everybody for this online class, and thanks to Pramod Mohanty Prabhu and Mataji for organizing the class at their place. So I was speaking with Abhishek Prabhu. The good part of online class is it has to start on time. Otherwise, normally house programs, they get delayed by the time everybody comes. They take it easy. But here we have to start on time. Means we have to start. So that's a good part. So we have quite a few devotees here, and hopefully more are coming. So today is very auspicious day of Shri Ram Navami, Lord Ram's appearance day. If we know that Lord Ram performed his pastimes during Treta Yuga. In Brahmaji's, I'm gonna mute you all. In Brahmaji's one day, there are 14 Manus, and every Manu rules for 71 Chaturyugas. So the Brahmaji's one day is comprised of 1,000 Chaturyugas. How come you missed? Okay. So 1,000 Chaturyugas are there in Brahmaji's one day. So means 1,000 times Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kal Yuga. In fact, in Bhagavatam, it is mentioned at one place. We'll read it. It's in the first canto only. The real cycle of yugas is Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga and then Kal Yuga. So there is a mystery. So Dwapar means 2, Treta means 3, no? 2 and 3. So that's how the sequence goes. So I'll tell you the mystery behind. Archana Mataji, somehow your mic getting on again. So I'm gonna mute you again.
Okay.
So what happened? Okay, let's discuss Lord Ram's pastime, because in his pastime only this secret was revealed. So why now came Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kal Yuga? Actually it is Satyug, Dwapar, Treta and Kal Yuga. So Lord Ram, as we know, he appeared in Treta Yuga. Again, beautiful pastime of how he appeared. Because Dasharatha Maharaj, although he had 3 queens, but he didn't have a son. And he was very disturbed. And somehow he found out that if one person, if he does the yajna, then Dasharatha Maharaj can have the son. So Risha Shringi, it's a long story. Maybe I think if we have a Ramayana Saptah, we can discuss all they're wonderful stories actually. So, and that Risha Shringi, then later on he became brother-in-law of Ram. He married Ram's sister, Shanta. It's a long story. It's a beautiful story though. And then Lord Ram appeared along with his brothers, Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrughna. And as we know, when he was growing up, Vishwamitra Muni came and he begged Janak Maharaj, please send Ram with me because there are so many demons in the forest and they are disturbing the yajna. And the deal at that time of the yajna, because Treta Yuga means they had to do yajna for self-realization. And the deal of the yajna is although Vishwamitra Muni himself, he was a big Kshatriya before, he could have easily killed those demons. But the problem was, if during the yajna he gets angry, he was the main person, if he gets angry, the whole yajna is spoiled. He could not get angry. But if he doesn't get angry, then these demons come and they spoil the yajna. So Vishwamitra Muni, although he knew heart of Ram, he knew the heart of Supreme Personality, he knew Ram wanted to come to the forest. So, and then he came under the plea that you're the king, you're the Kshatriya, you're supposed to protect us, protect our yajnas, protect the Brahmins. And he came to the kingdom of Dashrath Maharaj. And for Dashrath Maharaj, Ram was like life. His whole life depended on Ram, looking at Ram, seeing Ram, talking to Ram. And Vishwamitra Muni came and he asked for Ram, send Ram with me. Dashrath Maharaj said, I will come myself. I'll bring my whole army to protect your yagyas. Why you want Ram? Vishwamitra said, no, you have already given your word. Whatever I ask, you'll give. You give me Ram or I'll curse you. Dashrath Maharaj, okay, please take Ram away. But Lakshman was like the shadow of Ram. No matter where Ram went, Lakshman had to go send. No questions asked, no discussions, nothing. So Ram and Lakshman, they went with Vishwamitra Muni. And although in the scriptures, it is said that a Brahman, old man, women, and children, they cannot be punished. They should not be punished. So Ram was in this forest protecting Vishwamitra Muni's yagyas. But the first demon that attacked was Tadka. And Ram had to kill her. Ram even himself had to break his own promises in the Vedas given in the scriptures. That she was a woman. And same thing with Krishna. Who was the first demon he killed was Putna. But now scriptures give some rules and regulations, but then there are a higher rule and regulation to protect the devotees. If they have to protect that rule, to protect the devotees, if they have to break the lower rule, they can do that. So first demon he killed was Tadka. And then Subahu, Marich, they also attacked. Although Subahu was killed, but Maricha was shot by Ram. And one arrow of Ram put Maricha in the ocean 100 yojan away, means 800 miles away. No, distant, horizontally. So Marich, when he got shot by that arrow, and after that he said, there's no way I'm going near Ram. He's very powerful. One arrow, he said. And they thought Ram was just a teenager, because he was a little boy that time, by that age. And he shot that powerful arrow. Maricha went flying through the sky in the ocean. He had his own island. He said, I'm not going to get out of this island ever again. Anyway, Ram and Lakshman to Mithila. And they were the marriage ceremony of Sita was going to take place. So there, when Sita ji saw Ram, again Sita ji has her own story. Maybe Sita Navami we can discuss stories of Sita ji. So Sita ji, then in her heart she had accepted Ram will be my husband. And then that there was this arrow, bow of Shiva that was kept as a condition that anybody who strings this bow, he will get to marry Sita. So many powerful kings came, they couldn't even lift the bow. They couldn't even move it, even 1 inch. Powerful kings. And the same bow was Sita ji, when she was little, she would just play with that bow. She would just pick up that bow, play with that bow. And when that bow was brought in the assembly of King Janak, it is a 300 powerful soldiers. The bow was kept on a chariot, and 300 powerful soldiers had to push that chariot to bring that bow in the assembly. It was so heavy. And Sita ji used to just lift it up easily and play with that bow when she was little girl. She is a goddess of fortune herself. So what's so difficult for her? So that's why this condition was made that whoever lifts and strings that bow will get to marry Sita. So when it came for time to Ram to come and lift it, so Ram went, he paid obeisances to Vishwamitra Muni, begged for permission. And then he went, paid obeisances to Shiva's bow. And then effortlessly, he just picked it up. And the whole assembly was, how come? He said he was only 16 years old. A teenage boy. He just picked up the bow and he strung it. And when he was stringing it, he was stringing and pulling and pulling. It said the bow became like a half circle, and all of a sudden it just broke. And when it broke, it made a shattering noise all over the universe. So then obviously he fulfilled the condition. He married Sita ji, and then there were 3 more sisters, and they got to marry Lakshman. Lakshman married Urmila, Bharat married Mandavi, and Shatrughna married Shutkirti. So when they were coming from Mithila to Ayodhya, then on the way they met Parshuramji. Parshuramji had come because he got to know that somebody broke Lord Shiva's bow. And he came and he was very upset. How come you broke Shiva's bow? And I have another bow, this is Vishnu's bow. Actually, what had happened once, again in Puranas, many stories are given. Once, either it was Narad Muni or Indra. They had this desire to see who is stronger, Shiva or Vishnu. So, because of their desire, there was a competition was arranged. So Shiva and Vishnu both came. And then it was like, okay, Vishnuji has a Sudarshan Chakra. So it was decided, no, you're not going to use your personal arms, personal weapons. We will give you weapons to make it equal. So Vishwakarma ji made 2 bows. So one bow was given to Lord Shiva, one bow was given to Lord Vishnu. So they started fighting. And it was just a competition. It wasn't to kill anybody. But after a while, Lord Shiva ran away from that arena because Vishnu was very powerful. Obviously, Lord Vishnu is powerful. But when he went, he gave his bow to the ancestors of Janak Maharaj. So slowly, that bow came to the family of Janak Maharaj. And here Vishnuji gave his bow, finally it came to Parshuramji. So Parshuramji brought that bow. He said, okay, now give me a demonstration by picking up this bow and stringing it. So Lord Ram is Ram. Of course, there is a beautiful conversation between Lakshman and Parshuramji at that time. Lakshmanji got angry. How come you're challenging Ram? But Ram was quiet. He said, don't worry. He strung that bow. And Parshuramji, when he saw Lord Ram strung that bow, and then Parshuramji had this condition. If you string that bow, you'll have to fight with me. And Parshuram had that axe with him. And then another condition, if you cannot string that bow, if I find out that you are an imposter, I'll fight with you. So either way, Ram had to fight with Parshuram. So now Lord Ram had strung that bow, and Parshuramji was amazed. What happened here? And then Lord Ram picked up one of the arrows of Parshuram, and he put on that bow. And he said, now tell me, where do I shoot this arrow? So now Parshuramji was like, no, what happened here? Something wrong. So then he paid obeisance. He said, no, I know you are my Supreme Lord. For you, I was waiting all this time. So, and this Parshuramji had heard that whenever in this incarnation, he would meet the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all his powers will go away. So Parshuramji, all my powers even to use this axe is gone now. So I know you are the Supreme Person. So this arrow that you are saying you have to shoot, because this was a deal of Kshatriyas. Once they put the arrow on a bow, they have to shoot. So he said, shoot it on my desires to enjoy in this material world. So Lord Ram then shot that arrow. It took away the desires of Parshuram. Of course, Parshuramji don't have any desires to enjoy, but still. And then since then, Parshuramji went to this mountain in South India. Either it's Mandarachal or some other mountain. I don't know which is it. It's in Kerala. So he went there and he is doing tapasya there. He said, now my work is done. So then Ram came to Ayodhya. And then the time came for when Ram was going to be crowned as a prince regent. He was going to be crowned as prince regent, means he would be the next king after Dasharatha Maharaj. And everybody in the kingdom was happy. Lord Ram will be the king. Lord Ram will be the prince now. And then later on he'll be the king. And everybody wanted that. But this is not what Ram wanted. That's the problem. Krishna says in Gita, no? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyathanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham. So I come whenever there is decline in religion. And another reason they come is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. So Ram understood, if I sit in Ayodhya, become a king, I cannot do the things I have come here for. I have to kill so many Rakshasas. I have to kill so many demons, especially Ravan. He is so powerful. The whole universe is afraid of him. I have to go and kill him. So it is said that Lord Ram, his Maya, and all the demigods, they are the ones who first they influence mantra, and through mantra, they influence Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi, just a night before the coronation, she went in her this Kopa Bhavan, lamentation room. Earlier days, they used to have all this also. Now we don't even have rooms in the house, enough rooms. So they used to have that. The kings can have. So Kaikeyi was there, and Dasharatha Maharaj came, and Dasharatha Maharaj saw Kaikeyi lying, no jewels, and she was crying. He asked, what's wrong? Then Kaikeyi said, no, you gave me two boons, because once Kaikeyi saved the life of Dasharatha Maharaj while in the war. So she asked for the boons that you send Ram to 14 years of forest, exile him in the forest, and my son Bharat will become the king or the prince regent. So Dasharatha Maharaj was like, why you want these boons? If you want Bharat to be the prince, fine, but don't send Ram to the forest. But Kaikeyi was, no, if he doesn't go to the forest, he might do some conspiracy against Bharat and he might kill him. So he has to go to the forest and live in the forest. He cannot live in any city or any palace or anywhere 14 years. Okay. Although Dasharatha Maharaj, he did not give this order. Ram came to that king palace and Kaikeyi gave him the orders that your father wants this. So Ram was like, okay, I'll go. No arguments, nothing. So Ram came to his palace. He told Sita, this is the orders I got. So I have to go to forest. And Sita started crying. How can you leave me? My father told me to be with you no matter where you go. So I have to be with you. And Ram tried to dissuade her that you cannot go to the forest. You don't know the life of the forest. We won't have enough proper place to sleep, proper place to live in. We won't even eat anything cooked all these 14 years because I have to live on roots and herbs. And there could be deadly animals in the forest. There could be Rakshasas in the forest. In summer, it gets too hot. Winter, it gets too cold. Why you want to go into the forest? You should live here, or you go back to Janak Maharaj, and after 14 years, I'll come and get you. So Sita ji started crying. No way. I'm not going to live without you. Without you, even if I'm in heaven, it will be like hell. So Ram had to take her. And then Lakshman ji came. With Sita, that much argument was possible. With Lakshman, there was no argument possible. Lakshman ji said, I'm coming with you, and that's it. End of discussion. No arguments, no discussion. And then the deal was they had to wear tree barks. They could not wear clothes, proper clothes. And they had to keep the matted hair. They could not even comb the hair. They had to live like forest dwellers. So the three of them, they left. They got on the chariot, and what's the name of the minister? Sumantu. He took them to the river Saryu. Saryu river is there, no? And all the Ayodhya Vasis, they were following. They said, "We will go with you. If you are in the forest, you are our king. We'll go with you. We'll live with you." So they came to the banks of Saryu river. So Ram said, "Okay, it's too late in the evening, so we'll all spend the night here. And tomorrow morning we'll cross the river." So everybody then took rest. It was late night. And very early morning, Lord Ram, Sita, Lakshman, they left, they crossed the river, and they went away. In morning, Ayodhya Vasis got up and they didn't know where Ram was. And they lamented. They tried to find out, but couldn't find where Ram went. So Ram first went to Guha Maharaj's kingdom. And one night he spent there. And then Lakshman told Guha Maharaj everything what happened. Guha Maharaj told Ram, you live in my kingdom. This is your kingdom. 14 years you live here, no problem. But Ram said, no, that wasn't the deal. Deal was I'm going to live in the forest. So I cannot even live in your palace. So make a bed of grass in the cow shed. I'll stay there with Sita. And I cannot eat anything cooked. So I'll eat only fruits and roots and herbs. So he was so strict because his father had made that vow. So Ram said, I'll follow those. And next day they left for Bharadwaj Rishi's ashram. So by that time Bharat came back to Ayodhya. And Bharat, obviously he was very angry with his mother. And he basically disowned his mother. I don't have anything to do with you. And I will not let your conspiracy be fulfilled. I will not sit on the throne. I will not become the king. And then he gathered everybody, the whole army of Ayodhya. He said, we'll all go beg Ram to come back and take up the kingdom, take up the throne. So again, the whole army, the whole population of Ayodhya, they went and they begged. They met Ram at Bharadwaj Rishi's ashram. They begged. Bharat begged Ram, please come back. He gave all the logics, all the reasons. Ram said, no. Because my father, who is dead now, and he has made this vow, I cannot come back without fulfilling his vow. So that was Ram. So even Bharat, in the end it was decided, Bharat said, okay, I have brought this wooden slippers, khadaung, for you. So you wear this khadaung and give this khadaung to me. And okay, I will rule over Ayodhya as a service to these khadaung. This will be your representative. There will be the kings. I will be as a servant of these khadaung. And since you are the king, he said, Ram, you are the king. I'm not the king. I'm your servant. And if the king is living in forest, I will not enter Ayodhya myself. And if the king lives in a hut, I will also live in a hut. If my king wears tree barks and keeps a matted hair, I'll also do the same. If the king is going to eat roots and fruits and herbs, I'll also do the same. But then one thing he told Ram, but this is only for 14 years. If you delay your coming back by one more day, extra day than 14 years, I'll commit suicide. I'll give up my life. So Bharat, he stayed in the place called Nandigram, in that hut only. From there, he did his service of ruling over the kingdom. But he never entered Ayodhya for 14 years. That was his service. That was his tapasya, sacrifice. So anyway, Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they said we cannot live at Bharadwaj Rishi's ashram because then Ayodhya Vasis know they'll keep on coming here and disturbing us. So we'll go further up. So they went further down, Panchvati, Dandakaranya, killed so many demons and met one place they met then Shabri. So Ram, he, he blessed Shabri, he liberated her. Okay, before that, coming back to the Treta Yuga and Satyuga thing. So when Ram was in Vishwamitra Muni's ashram, and from there he went to Mithila. So they came to Gautam Rishi's ashram. So Gautam Rishi's wife was Ahilya, and somehow once she got attracted to Indra. And what had happened was Gautam Rishi had gone for bathing, and Indra came in the hut. He took the form of Gautam Rishi, and he came in the hut, and he had union with Ahilya. But Ahilya understood it's not my husband, it's somebody else. So he asked, "Who are you?" And he came in the form as Indra. Anyway, so when he was going out, Indra, Gautam Rishi came and he saw Indra going out and he came inside the hut and he saw Ahilya. Then he understood the whole thing. He didn't have to do any inquiry. No inquiry commission was set. So he told Ahilya that you have broken your vows. And Ahilya begged for forgiveness. And this happened in Satyuga. So Gautam Rishi said, no, but you still have to be punished. So he said, okay, you become a stone. And when Ram comes in Treta Yuga, when he puts his foot on you, you will come back as Ahilya again. But then Ahilya said, this is Satyuga, the whole Dwapar Yuga is in the middle, and then Treta Yuga when Ram will come. This is too long a time. Can't you do anything? Then Gautam Rishi changed the sequence. The whole Yuga was changed. So then it became Satyuga, Treta Yuga, so Ram can come earlier, and then Dwapar, and then Kali. So powerful sages were there. No, it is not said like that. Bhagavatam is said the real sequence is Satyug, Dwapar, Treta Yuga, Kali. So Gautam Rishi, he changed the sequence. He said, so that Ahilya could come back to the form faster. So such powerful sages were there. Okay, so where were we? Huh? No, okay, so he met Shabri, Ram met Shabri, and then he met Hanumanji. Again, wonderful pastimes of Hanumanji, so many pastimes that Hanumanji had. And when they met Hanumanji, before that, Sita was kidnapped, right? That's how they met Hanumanji, because they were looking for Sita. So when they were in Panchvati, and then Raman, before that, they had met Shubhnakha, and Khar and Dushan they had killed. And Lakshmanji cut the nose of Shubhnakha, nose and ears. And she went to Ravan crying, what is it? She didn't tell him the whole story. I was looking for a husband. She said, I saw this beautiful lady who was suitable to be with you. And she was with some ordinary human beings. So I went and asked for this lady to be with you so you could enjoy her. And this brother, they just cut my nose and ears. So why don't you do, and why don't you go and kidnap this lady? And Rama said, yes, it's a very good idea because Shubhnakha hit the real point because Ravan was a lusty person. He wanted all this. And Ravan, he was so powerful actually. He had done lots of tapasyas. He pleased Brahmaji. He pleased Lord Shiva. He got so many boons. From Brahmaji, he got the boons. And like Hiranyakashipu, he pleased Brahmaji and got the boons. So Ravan also pleased Brahmaji. And the boons he got, he was taking first, just like Hiranyakashipu, he wanted to be immortal, Amar. Brahmaji said, I'm not immortal, how can I give you this boon? Then Ravan said, okay, give me the boons that nobody could kill me, no demigod, no this, no rakshas, no demon, this, that. But human beings don't even think of giving me boon that human beings cannot kill me. They are nothing for me. So he was so arrogant. That's why Ram had to come as in the human form, as a human being, ordinary human being to kill Ravan. Other boons are also to be taken care of. And then Ravan, he became so powerful, and Kubera was his cousin. Kubera was the ruler of this place, Lanka. So Ravan went to Kubera, and from outside only he sent a message. Either you get out, leave this place, or fight with me and die, whatever you want. So Kubera's guru said, he is in very good position. Ravan is in very good position. He's very strong. You cannot fight with him. Just leave this place. And the right time comes, you will get your place. And when Kubera was leaving, Ravan said, okay, leave this Pushpak aeroplane also here. Don't take it away. I want it. And the Pushpak aeroplane was a wonderful technology. It would expand according to the number of passengers they want to get on it. And it would fly by the speed of mind. No engines and nothing in there. It just fly by the speed of mind. So Ravan was happy with having that Pushpak Viman, and he was going all over the places, all over the universe, conquering so many people. And then once he was in a forest, there one lady was doing tapasya, Vedvati. And she was a very beautiful lady. Ravan, he got down from his Pushpak, and now he wanted to have her because once you have power, you have money, this is what you want. So he went to that lady. He said, who are you? Why are you doing tapasya? So that lady said, my name is Vedvati, and I'm doing tapasya to have Vishnu as my husband. Ravan said, Vishnu? Nobody has seen Vishnu. I'm the most powerful here. Why don't you marry me? Vedvati said, don't even think about it. Don't even talk like this. My heart is given for Vishnu. I'll marry Vishnu only. So Ravan just grabbed her hair. That forget Vishnu, just come with me. Vedvati, with her yogic powers, she cut off her hair. So Ravan was holding her hair, and she didn't have any hair. She said, you have defiled me by your touch without my permission. So I'm going to leave this body now because this body is not fit to be offered to Vishnu. But I give you a curse. If you touch anybody, any woman against her will to enjoy her, you will die. So, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't. Vedvati cursed him that I'm leaving this body because you defiled me. One day I'll be the cause of your death. Yeah, this is what she said. I'll be the cause of your death. And she left. But Ravan was, who cares? He got so many curses upon him. It doesn't matter. And once he went to this forest, this Nandan Kanan garden, and there his nephews, sons of Kubera, we read about them in Damodar Leela, Nalkuvar and Manigriv. So they were enjoying with some apsaras. And Rambha was the main one. So Ravan went and he forcibly kidnapped Rambha and had union with her. So then these two boys, Nalkuvar and Manigriv, they got angry. They cursed Ravan. If you ever forcibly try to defile a woman, you will die. Your head will burst into pieces and you will die. And then Ravan got scared because he knew these demigods, they have special powers. Then he said, okay, I'll not force. If somebody on her own wants to come with me, that's fine. I will not force myself on anybody. And then he had once come to Ayodhya, and there was this ancestor of in the Lord Ram's generation. It was King Aja, I think, and he defeated that king and he killed him mercilessly. And that king, then he cursed Ravan that one day somebody from my family, my descendants, he will kill you. He will take the revenge of you killing me. And once Ravan went to, because he had so much of power, so he said, let me kill Yamaraj. And if I kill Yamaraj, and if I defeat him, I'll be immortal. So he went to Yamloka and he challenged Yamaraj. Yamaraj came down and they had a fight, big time fight. Yamaraj was about to kill Ravan. Brahmaji appeared. No, don't kill him. Right now, it's Lord Ram is going to come and kill him. You cannot kill him. Just let him go. So although Ravan could not kill Yamaraj, but because he was not killed by Yamaraj and he was still boasting, see, I defeated Yamaraj. I defeated death itself. And once he went to Kailash and he lifted the whole Kailash on his hand with Shivji sitting on it, Parvati ji sitting on it, and he pleased Lord Shiva by his power, by his chanting of mantra, by his tapasya. And Lord Shivji was very pleased. And so he gave him lots of boons. So anyway, so this Ravan, then he was very powerful. He could have gone to Panchvati to fight with Ram, but he didn't do that. He won because Shubhnaka had put in his mind, why don't you go and kidnap Sita? So he wanted to kidnap Sita. So he devised a means. He went to Marich. Marich was his mama. Marich, you come, you take the form of this golden deer. You go and allure Ram. Ram will go after you and I'll kidnap Sita. Marich was like, you want to cheat Ram? Just one word Ra, when it comes out of somebody's mouth, I start shivering. The word Ram, when you say Ram, I can't even hear this word because I'm so scared of Ram. You know, one arrow he shot and he put me in this ocean, 100 yojan away. And you want to go and mess with Ram? You have so many beautiful queens, just enjoy with them. Why you want to go after Sita? But Ravan won't listen. And then Ravan told him, so either you follow my orders or I'll kill you. And Mari said, it's better to die in hands of Ram than in your hands, so I'll go. So he took the form of a golden deer, and you know the story, how Ram went after the deer. And Lakshman was there, but Sita, then Mari took he shouted in the voice of Ram, and Lakshman went. And then Ravan came and he kidnapped Sita. So when he kidnapped Sita, he was taking Sita away on his Pushpak Viman. And Jatayu saw that. He said, I'll not let you do that, not let you go like this. And Jatayu fought with Ravan. And Ravan, although Jatayu injured him with his claws, with his beaks, he injured Ravan. But Ravan was more powerful, younger, so he just cut off both the wings of Jatayu, and Jatayu fell down. And here Ram and Lakshman, they came back and they were searching for Sita. Ram was crying. He was embracing the trees. Okay, tell me, have you seen Sita? Where did Sita go? He was asking all the animals, where did Sita go? Have you seen Sita? Have you seen Sita? And Lord Shiva from Kailash, he was watching this scene because Ram is his Supreme Lord. And Shiva started to smile. What is this? My Supreme Lord, he's acting just like a ordinary human being. He knows where Sita is. He is the Supreme Lord. He knows everything. Look at the pastimes he's performing. So that time his wife was Sati. So Sati said, what are you talking? He's just an ordinary human being who lost his wife. You're saying he's your Supreme Lord? How is it possible? Shivji said, no, you cannot understand the pastimes of Ram. So don't ask. So Sati said, no. I have to test. Who is this person? So Sati took the form of Sita and she came in that forest and he sat down under a tree. And Ram and Lakshman, they came at that place. Ram was crying. Ram saw Sati in the form of Sita. But he knew it's Sati, it's not Sita. So he paid obeisances to Sati. He said, Ma, how come you're alone here? Where is Shivji? Where is Shivji? How come you're alone in the forest? And Sati paid obeisances back. She was so, heartbroken, disappointed. And then she said, she came back to Kailash. And Shivji asked her, so did you go? Did you test? What happened? She said, no. I just followed your instructions. So I didn't go and test. I knew he is wrong. Shivji thought, no, it cannot happen like that. She won't understand like that. So he went into trance and he saw what happened. And then Shivji said, my Lord called you mother. So I cannot accept you as my wife now. You will be like my mother. So we cannot have husband-wife relationship anymore. So that was also one of the reasons Sati had to leave that body. In the yajna of Daksha, she had to leave that body. And then she was born again as Parvati and then she married Shivji again. So further on, Lord Ram went and then he met Hanuman. So Hanumanji came in disguise. He didn't come as Hanuman. He came as a Brahman because he wanted to test Ram. So, but when Hanumanji came in front of Ram, Hanumanji was given a locket, actually, which it was given a boon that only the Lord will be able to see this locket and recognize you. Nobody else can see this locket. And when Hanumanji came in front of Ram, he could not disguise himself. He could not hide. And Ram, obviously Ram is the Supreme Lord. He saw Hanumanji, he said, oh, Hanumanji, what kind of locket you're wearing? Hanumanji was like, okay, I cannot hide myself from Ram. He's the Supreme Lord himself. So then he took Ram and Lakshman on his shoulders, went to where Sugriv was living. And then the alliance was made with Sugriv. And Ram told Sugriv, okay, I'll help you get your kingdom back. You fight with Bali. Again, beautiful stories of how Bali got so much of powers and how Bali had defeated Sugriv. So Sugriv was very afraid of Bali because he knew the power of Bali. And Bali had a boon that anybody he would fight with, Bali would get half of that person's strength. So Sugriv and Bali, they started fighting because Ram told him. So first day, because they both looked alike, Ram could not kill Bali. Of course, it's not possible for Ram not to recognize who's Bali, who's Sugriv. But he wanted to test the surrender of Sugriv. So Sugriv fought, but he was beaten up badly, got bruised, injured. He came back. He said, Ram, what is this? You promised me you will protect me. And here I am beaten up badly by Bali. Now what? Ram said, do not worry. Actually, I could not differentiate between who's who. So Ram just put his hands on Sugriv and Sugriv was, again, no more injuries. Everything was gone. He was perfectly healthy again. He told Sugriv again, next day, you go again and challenge Bali, and today definitely I'll kill Bali. And he had put his garland on Sugriv. So Sugriv again challenged Bali. Bali was again so angry. What is this? Yesterday only I defeated you. Again you coming today to challenge me. What kind of person you are? So they were fighting and Ram hid behind a tree and he shot the arrow at Bali and killed him. So while dying, Bali told Ram, I wasn't fighting with you. So this is against the dharma of fighting. How could you hide behind a tree and shoot an arrow at me? You're a Kshatriya. What kind of Kshatriya you are? So Ram said, actually, I didn't do anything wrong. Why? He said, first of all, you're an animal. And there's no rules against killing any animals. Secondly, you had kidnapped Sugriv's wife. So you did all these wrong things. So there was nothing against killing you anyway. And moreover, the real reason for Ram to kill Bali was, in that way, was to again show to the world, to protect his devotees, he can do anything. Ram is considered Maryada Purushottam, but he himself broke the Maryada. Why? To protect his devotee, Sugriv. It's a big time lesson for everybody to understand. People still challenge this. Why Ram hid behind a tree and killed Bali? But this was to protect his devotee. He can do anything just to protect his devotee. And then Sugriv, then they send all the armies, all the people everywhere to look for Sita. For Hanumanji, and along with Angad, Nal, Neel, all the big personalities he sent towards south. So they all came looking for Sita. They came to the ocean. So there they said, now where to go, where to look for Sita. And Anga, everybody was like, oh, they were so demoralized. We cannot go back to Ram, tell him we could not find Sita. They're thinking, oh, we'll just die here. We'll leave our body over here. We'll commit suicide because we cannot go back. And then they were talking, just like they said, oh, even Jatayu was better than us. At least he fought with Ravan to protect Sita. We don't even know what to do, and we will leave the body like that. And then they heard a voice coming. They said, who took the name of Jatayu? Who knows about Jatayu? So all these monkeys, they were looking around, where is this sound coming? Then they saw up, and there was a big bird, eagle. So, who are you? And he said, I'm Sampati, I'm brother of Jatayu. Why did you take name of Jatayu? What happened to Jatayu? He was saying Jatayu died. Who killed Jatayu? Nobody could kill Jatayu. So then they asked him, what is the whole story? So he said, we were two brothers and we were very powerful and we were huge birds. And once we had a competition, we saw a sun and we said, okay, let's have a race flying towards sun. Who reaches sun first? So they both started flying towards sun. And Sampati said Jatayu was more powerful, more strong. So he was reaching sun first. But because he was reaching sun first, and because of the heat of sun, his birds, Sampati was more powerful, I'm sorry. And he said, my feathers got burnt. So I fell down. And then Jatayu also came back. So I fell down and I'm sitting here since then. And now you told me the story of Jatayu. He said, but this was a boon I was given. I'll sit here and wait for monkeys to help them locate Sita. And then I'll leave the body and go back to the spiritual world. So then he told Hanuman and all the party, all the monkeys, that Ravan had taken Sita away and she's in Sri Lanka. It's 100 yojan away from here, 800 miles. And you go there. So now the problem was, who will go? How will they go? So every monkey came, oh, I can jump 10 yojans. I can jump 20 yojans. I can jump 50 yojans. Angad said, I can jump 100 yojans, but I cannot come back. I lose all my strength. Then again, the problem. Everybody looked at Hanumanji. But Hanumanji, when he was little, he was so mischievous. He had all the powers. He would go to different ashrams or different sages and he would commit so many naughty activities. Then the sages, they cursed him. You will have the powers, you will forget everything. So once when you are in the service of Ram, somebody will remind you of all your powers, then you will get all the powers back. So then all the monkeys, they got together. They started reminding Hanumanji of his powers. And Sampati was also saying, oh, you are so powerful, you can do this, you can do that. And Hanumanji's size started to grow. And he became huge, big. From there, he could see Sri Lanka, actually. And then he was on the mountain, and then he jumped from that mountain. And it is said that when he jumped, the 1 foot was on the mountain. When he put the pressure on the mountain to jump further, the mountain crushed. So much of force was there. So Hanumanji was on the aerial route. So the demigods, they got together. Oh, Hanumanji is going for service, a huge service. So they brought a mountain of gold. And they said, Hanumanji, why don't you take some rest? You might get tired. Hanumanji said, I cannot take rest. I'm in service of Ram. I cannot take rest without the service is completed. But he said, since you have brought this place for me to rest, so he just put his foot on that mountain and then he jumped further. And then when he was going further, a demoness came, Sursa, from the ocean. So all these boys, they watch this Hanuman serial, huh? They know all the stories. So Sursa came. The Sursa expanded her mouth and she said, oh, you cannot go like this. I have to eat you because nobody can pass through this area without entering my mouth. Hanumanji said, I'm in the service of Ram. Let me go. She said, no, you cannot go. The Hanumanji said, okay. So Sursa opened her mouth. Hanumanji expanded his body. Sursa said, oh, he's big. So Sursa opened her mouth more. Hanumanji expanded his body more. So Sursa's mouth, it said it became 100 yojan wide. We can't even imagine. So Hanumanji, immediately he shrank his body. It became so small, he went inside the mouth of Sursa, came out. He said, I have fulfilled your requirement. So nobody can go beyond, without entering your mouth. So I have entered your mouth and come out. Now please give me the way. She said, oh, you're a very intelligent monkey. And she gave the way. And when Hanumanji was still flying, again started flying. And then there was a demon inside the ocean. And he saw the shadow of Hanumanji. And he grabbed the shadow. And just by grabbing the shadow, Hanumanji could not go further. Hanumanji, what is this? Who's stopping me now? There's nobody who's holding me. Then he understood somebody is holding my shadow. So he went inside the ocean. And then he killed that demon. And then he started flying again. So Acharyas have given different reasons for all these three incidents that happened. So one was, if in the service of Lord, we get many facilities. In Krishna service, we will get many facilities, many opulences. But if we get attached to them, then we lose the service. So Hanumanji, although he got the mountain of gold to sit on, he did not stop. He said, I'm in the service of Ram. I cannot wait. I cannot rest. He kept going. And then Sursa. So many obstructions will come in our service to Ram. But Hanumanji became very small. Means if we take a humble position, then we can win over those obstacles. Otherwise, we cannot. And then the third, which grabbed the shadow of Hanuman. So it is compared to enviousness. Because when we are making progress in the path of bhakti, the service, many people will become envious of our progress, position, offer devotion service, whatever. Many people. But Hanumanji, what he did, he came inside the ocean. He became very small and he entered that demon's mouth and he just killed him from inside and came out. So he said, again, one has to take a humble position. And of course, our process is not to kill the envious people, but change the consciousness. So once we take the humble position, even those envious people become satisfied. And then Hanumanji went further. And then we know how much time I have. 7 o'clock. It's still 7:30? Okay. So Hanumanji went further. Then he came to the gate of Sri Lanka. And there was, again, very big demoness was there, lady Lankini. Lankini, no? So Lankini was there guarding the gate. And Hanumanji came. Hanumanji became very small, little monkey. And Hanumanji got up and slapped her. In Lankini, who slapped me here? Hanumanji was sitting a little monkey. And Lankini said, oh, today is actually a very auspicious day. Hanumanji, why? I slapped you using auspicious day? She said, actually, somebody had told me that when a monkey comes and slaps you, and I think spit on you also, something like 2 things, slap you only, then that's a day Lanka will start vanishing. And it's a very good day because I want to go back. I don't want to be here. I want Lanka to be finished. So Hanumanji went inside and he was looking for Sita. He could not find Sita. So first he said, okay, let me go look at Ravan. What does Ravan look like? Again, small monkey form, he went in the palace of Ravan. And he came to the bedroom of Ravan. Ravan was sleeping. And Hanumanji looked at Ravan and he said, oh, he's such a majestic person, such a royal person, such a strong person. And many times in Ram Leela, they show on TV, they depict Ravan as very ugly looking person. Actually, he's not. He's a demon, he's not a Rakshas. Rakshas are ugly. Demons are actually very beautiful. They're more in mode of passion. And they're very beautiful. Yes, so demigods are very beautiful. Demons are also. Rakshasas are very good looking. So Ravan was very good looking. And Hanumanji was very impressed by his beauty, by his strength, by his royal, in Ramayana, his bed is explained. Such a beautiful bed he had. And so many wives he had. And Hanumanji was like, if he just become a devotee of Ram, how fortunate it will be. But anyway, he went further. And then in one area of the kingdom of Ravan, he saw somebody was chanting the name of Ram. So he came to that place. How come among all the demons you are chanting the name of Ram? And it was Vibhishan. Vibhishan, I'm a devotee of Ram. Somehow I am here. So then Vibhishanji told him, okay, go to Ashok Van and where you will find Sita, Ashok Vatika, you will find Sita. So Hanumanji came, he gave the message of Ram to Sita. And then Hanumanji said, but mother, I'm a little hungry, let me eat something before I go back. His actual idea was not to eat, but to destroy Lanka to whatever extent possible. So we know how he got captured and he was brought to the palace of Ravan. And Ravan said, kill him. But Vibhishan protested. He said, no, you cannot kill a messenger. It's against the dharma. You can punish him, but you cannot kill him. So they say, oh, monkey. Somebody said, monkeys are very fond of their tails. So why don't we burn the tail? So they brought all the cloth and all the oil and they burned his tail and Hanumanji burned the whole Lanka down. It is said this is a good art of management. No investment and best return. The cloth wasn't of Hanuman, the fire wasn't of Hanumanji, the oil wasn't of Hanumanji, but he got the best return burning the whole Lanka down. And then Then burning Lanka, he came to the ocean, he just put out the fire from his tail. And then he went to Sitaji, and he said, Sitaji, why don't you come back? I'll take you back. Sita said, no, I cannot go with you. Many reasons. First of all, I cannot touch any other male body. And secondly, if I go with you, what will happen to the vow of Ram? Ram has to come and rescue me, kill this Ravan and all his dynasty. I cannot go with you. Just give the message to Ram. So he went back, Hanumanji went back, and then all the monkeys who were still waiting at the ocean side, they got the life back. Okay, we found Sita, and then now we'll go to tell Ram. When told Ram, Ram came. Then Ram, at the ocean, he asked the ocean god, give me the way to go to Sri Lanka. And ocean won't come, the personality of ocean. And then when Ram picked up the bow and arrow, give me the way or I'll dry you up. Personality came up. He was shivering. He was, I'm sorry. He was trembling with fear. That, but there is a better way. Instead of killing all these animals were living, fishes were living in my water. So there is a way. This Nal Neel, they have this boon. Anything that they throw in the water, it will float. It will not sink. So they got the idea. Okay, Hanumanji, all the monkeys, they're bringing big rocks, the mountain tops, big trees. They're throwing in the water. And Nal Neel, best architects, they were making the ocean. So it is said, in 3 days, they made this bridge 800 miles long and 80 miles wide. Because the army, monkey army was there, no? So much of army was there. In 3 days. So they crossed over. So they were at the gates of Sri Lanka and waiting, made the camps. So Ravan, by that time Vibhishan told Ravan that you please give Sita back. Look at this army. Can you see the army? How many monkeys are coming? Although Ram is here, he has already made his camp, but still the monkeys are coming on the bridge. The bridge is full and there's so many monkeys behind that bridge. So many monkeys are coming. You cannot win. Just imagine bridge 800 miles long and 80 miles wide. Full of monkeys. So Ravana, you're trying to tell me I'm most powerful. I'm going to be afraid of these little monkeys? We wish the one monkey came and he burned the whole Lanka down. Look at the number of monkeys in the back. What will happen? But Ravan won't listen. So he said, he told Vibhishan, you get out of my kingdom. So Vibhishan ji came and he came towards Ram's camp. So Vibhishan ji was coming by the aerial road, came flying, and from above he paid obeisances to Ram. And Sugriv told him to stop. You cannot just come in. And there was a meeting inside the camp. So Ram asked, so what should I do? And Sugriv said, no, he could be a spy. We cannot just let him in. We don't know what is happening here, and we cannot trust these Rakshasas. Well, only Hanumanji said, no, Ram, he is your devotee. I've seen him, I've heard him. If he is coming to take shelter of you, he is a genuine person. So Ram said, yes, anybody who just once said, Ram, I'm yours, I have to give him shelter. I'm bound. So Vibhishan came inside the camp. And when Ram saw him, Ram called him, Aao Lankesh. Lankesh was Ravan. And he's calling Vibhishan. So just because Vibhishan ji surrendered to Ram, Ram made him the king of Lanka. That's all. Ravan had to do so many fights, he had to do so much of tapasya to become the king of Lanka. And to retain the kingdom, he had again to do so many fights. Vibhishan ji, what did he do? Just surrender to Ram. and he became the king of Lanka. So Vibhishanji guided Ram now what to do. He told all the weak spots of the kingdom, of the palace, of the fort, everything. So then the war started. So all these monkeys they had was rocks and the trees. That's all they had. And the Rakshasa, they had so many of weapons, clubs, but monkeys would just get on all the different demons or different Rakshas, and 10 of them just jump on one Rakshas, and somebody is biting, somebody is putting his claws on him, somebody is pulling his dhoti or whatever. The Rakshas, we cannot fight with these monkeys, and they were losing their lives, they're getting killed. And then Hanumanji, he killed, whom did he kill? He killed so many demons. And Lakshman killed Indrajit. Indrajit came and he fought, but then he went back. There was one yajna he hadn't done to become like all powerful. Because he was like, nobody can defeat me, why I did? But that night he understood, I better do that yajna. And Vibhishan told Hanuman Lakshman, if he does this yajna, he cannot be defeated, invincible. So somehow Hanuman and Lakshman, they went in, they destroyed that yajna. And next day when he came, Lakshmanji killed him. But Indrajit, he had a boon actually, besides many other boons. One boon he had was, he could only be killed by a person who did not eat and did not sleep for 14 years. And Lakshmanji, all this while, he didn't even sleep a wink and he didn't eat anything. 14 years. He was always in the service of Ram. He said, if I sit down eating, who will protect you? And when you are asleep, and Ram and Sita were sleeping, he was guarding. And when they were up, he was still serving them. It's Balramji, no? They can do anything. For them, it's not at all difficult. 14 years. So then the final day came when Ram had to fight with Ravan. And so night before, Ravan went to Kailash. And he told Shivji, tomorrow is my final war with Ram. Please come, help me. Because you had promised me that you will protect me. Shivji said, yes, I had promised you, I'll protect you. But when did I tell you that I'll come and fight on your side against Ram? I never said that. Ravan and even Sati was baffled. What is this? How will you protect him? Shivji said, no, I'll tell you how to protect you. How to save your life. So tomorrow you go to Ram, take Sita back, give Sita back to Ram, take shelter of Ram, you'll be protected. Otherwise, nobody can protect you. Ravan said, I cannot do that. Shivji said, no, nobody can protect you, you will die tomorrow. And then Ravan also goes to Sutaloka. Why Sutaloka? Because Bali Maharaj is there. And Bali Maharaj, all these descendants, all these Rakshasa are descendants of Bali Maharaj. He went to Bali Maharaj. Please come, fight on my behalf, fight on my side. Bali Maharaj said, do not fight with Ram. You see this Vamandev who was outside and he was protecting me, he's my gatekeeper. He has come as Ram. You cannot win from Ram. So Vaman, Ram, they all Vishnu Tattvas. No? But Ravan was, no, you have to come fight on my behalf. Bali Maharaj said, okay, come with me, I'll take you someplace. Okay. So Bali Maharaj took him to a big ground. And there was a big mountain of gold over there. Bali Maharaj said, why don't you pick up this mountain of gold? And Ravan tried, couldn't even move it. He said, what is this mountain of gold with so many jewels on it? Bali Maharaj said, okay, now let's go up in the air and now look at this mountain of gold. What does it look like? So Ravan went, he said, it looks like an earring. He said, what is this? Such a huge earring? He said, you know this earring? You were wearing it when you came as Hiranyakashipu. This was your earring. And when Nrsimhadev killed you, this earring fell down here. And since then, nobody had been able to even lift it. And same Nrsimhadev has come as Ram. So you still want to fight with them? Ravan said, no, but still I have to fight. I am going to kill him. He's not human. God, he's just a little human being, ordinary human being. Bali Maharaj said, nobody can protect you, go back. So Ravan came back. And next day there was final battle. And Ravan said to Ram, I'm on chariot, you come on chariot, because we have to fight equally. So Indradev gave his chariot. And Ravan was like, oh, Indra, you're giving chariot? I'll see you afterwards. So anyway, the war started. And Ram was shooting arrows. Ram was cutting all the heads of Ravan. And the heads would fall down, but it was Brahmaji's boon that any head, whenever the head falls down, it will join again. So heads were joining again. So he wasn't getting killed. So Vibhishan, he was looking at Ram. He told Ram, Lord Ram, you know his life is not in his heads. Why are you cutting his heads off again and again? Ram said, I know his life is not there. But actually he is thinking of Sita. So thought of Sita is making Sita is sitting in his heart. And I cannot shoot the arrow at his heart because it will hurt Sita. And in Sita's heart, I am sitting. And in my heart, all my devotees are sitting. So I cannot shoot at an arrow at his heart right now. So Ram kept on cutting heads of Ravan. So after losing his head so many times, he got baffled. And as soon as he got baffled, Sita went out of his heart. Then he stopped thinking of Sita. He was thinking of his life only. And as soon as he stopped thinking of Sita, Ram saw Sita is not in his heart anymore. So he shot this arrow given by one sage, I'm forgetting his name, Aditya Hridaya arrow. He shot at his heart and Ravan fell down, dead. Right at that moment. So obviously many stories are there. It's 7:20 already. But then we know the story of when Ram asked for that Sita had to go through this Agni Pariksha. So many times people don't understand why Ram asked for Sita to go through Agni Pariksha. Actually, what had happened when Ravan came to kidnap Sita, Lakshmanji had put a Lakshman Rekha. So when Ravan was going to kidnap Sita, when Sita crossed that Lakshman Rekha, Agni Dev appeared. And he took real Sita with him and he gave Ravan Maya Sita to kidnap. And this Maya Sita was Vedvati. In previous life, she had said, I'll be the cause of your death. Ravan could not even touch real Sita. Real goddess of fortune cannot be touched by Ravan. So Ravan brought Maya Sita with him. And even Maya Sita, he could not enjoy. Because of that curse, if you forcibly try to enjoy with a woman, your head will burst in pieces and you will die. He could not enjoy her. And when Ram killed Ravan, and then Sita was brought, Lord Ram knew it is Maya Sita. And Lord cannot be with Maya Sita. Lord wanted his original Sita. So that's why this whole thing was organized for Agni Pariksha. So Agni Pariksha was nothing. Agni Dev came, he took Maya Sita away and he brought the real Sita back. So those who don't know, they try to find fault with Lord Ram. This is wrong. Ram didn't do anything wrong. He could not be with Maya Sita. He wanted his original Sita. So that's why one has to be a devotee to understand all the pastimes of Ram. Or one can understand from a guru, from a proper acharya. So then Ram got real Sita, and he brought all the and in the war, the monkeys which would die, by the mercy of Ram, they would become alive again. So none of the monkeys died actually. So Ram then he took Pushpak Viman, he brought all the monkeys, and he brought Vibhishan, Sugriv, everybody got onto the Viman, and he brought them back to Ayodhya. So before Ayodhya, they came to this place, Rameshwaram, where he came and he worshipped Shivji. So many times people misunderstand what is Rameshwaram, why Ram worshipped Shiva. So who's greater, Shiva or Ram? But they don't understand. Ram worshipped Shiva to establish the position of Shivji. And Prabhupada explained at one place that just like a CEO of a company, he deals with this manager of the company very respectfully. Doesn't mean the manager is bigger than CEO, but it's just for us to understand how to respect that manager. So real meaning of Rameshwaram is Ram jinke Ishwar hai. That is Rameshwaram. So he established a worship of Shivji in Rameshwaram, and then he came back. But before he went back to Ayodhya, Ram came to Nandigram to meet Bharat. Because it was the last day of 14 years, and he said, if I don't meet Bharat, he will commit suicide. So first he came to Nandigram to meet Bharat. Then he took Bharat, and they all came back to Ayodhya, where following the coronation of Ram took place. Then obviously there were stories of that washerman accusing Sita, and Sita had to be banished. But why did Sita had to be banished by Ram? For that we have to understand that when Krishna came to perform his pastimes, he himself separated from Radharani for 100 years. Why? Because separation makes the union more sweet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he was always in the mood of separation. Krishna, when he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was always in the mood of separation. Because when the separation from the beloved is there, the union becomes more sweet. So Ram had to, so far he had tasted this union rasa. But Sita was kidnapped by Ravan in the last year of exile. So for 1 year they were separated. So that separation really enhanced the union. It made it very sweet. So when they met again after 1 year, so they really had sweet exchanges of pastimes. So they both wanted to experience that sweetness again. So they devised this pastime of Sita being banished by Ram. But there was another reason. When Sita ji was little in her palace in Mithila, she found these two beautiful parrots. So she took this lady parrot and she kept her in the cage. But the male parrot, he died just waiting for the lady parrot to come. And then when he died, he cursed Sita. That just how I am dying in separation from my wife, you will also die in separation from your husband. So that was also one of the reasons she had to go through this pastime of being separated. But Ram, although he was in the palace without Sita, but again he would not enjoy the opulences of the palace. He said, just like my wife is in the forest, in the hut, I'll also sleep on the ground. I'll not eat anything cooked, just like my wife is not eating. So he also followed the same thing. And then many stories are there. No? Because he had to do yagya, he made this gold sitas. And so every year he would do yagya. So every year a gold sita was made. And all these gold sitas, they were kept in the basement. And they all became alive because it is Ram. Anything touched him, it becomes alive. And when Ram was in the forest of Dandakaranya, all the sages, they got attracted by the beauty of Ram. Ram is so beautiful. So they all became so attracted, they said, we want to have union with you. We want to marry you. Ram said, in this incarnation, I have taken this Ek Patni Vrata. I'll have only one wife. But when I come in Dwapar Yuga as Krishna, then it will be a different story. So all these munis, they became gopis in Krishna Leela. So they're called Muni-chari Gopi. They have a separate group of gopis called Muni-chari Gopis. And all these gold sitas, they also became gopis in Krishna Leela. Because Ram said, I cannot accept you as my wife in this incarnation. So much of connection is there. And the dhobi washerman who had put accusation on Ram and Sita, so he again became dhobi in Krishna Leela also. When Krishna had come to Mathura with Balramji at the request of Kansa, invitation of Kansa, so one day they were roaming around in Mathura. So they met this dhobi. So Krishna asked, oh, you have beautiful clothes. Why don't you give us some of those clothes? And dhobi said, no, these clothes belong to the king Kansa. You're just some cowherd boys. You don't need these clothes. I cannot give you. So Krishna just, with his hand, he cut off his head and killed him. This Manthara, I believe it was Manthara only, who was Kaikeyi's maidservant, she became Kubja in Krishna Leela. It was Manthara only, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure. Either it was Manthara or Shubhnaka. I'm confused between two. It was Manthara. And she became Kubja, and then we know the story of Kubja and Krishna. When Ram was going with Sita and Lakshman through the forest, they once came to Odisha also, at Remuna. So there, Ram was there and he started smiling. And Sita ji asked him, why are you smiling? He said, oh, I'm thinking of my incarnation when I come in Dwapar Yuga, what will I do? So Sita ji asked, what will you look like when you come in Dwapar Yuga? He said, I'll come as Krishna. Blue form and peacock feather, play on the flutes and this and that. So Sita ji said, show me, make a deity of that form and I want to worship that form. So then Ram, with his arrow, he made this form which we worship as Kheerchora Gopinath. The Gopinath, he made the form of Gopinath and later he became popular as Kheerchora Gopinath. So that was made by Ram by his arrow. Yeah. And when Ram was back in Ayodhya, he was ruling. So one Brahman, he had taken a vow, I'll come take darshan of Ram every day. And if I don't take his darshan, I'll not eat that day. So, fine, they could come to the palace and take darshan of Ram. But once Ram had to go out somewhere for some official work, he had to tour other places. So he could not, I think for 3-4 days or a week or so, he could not come back. So for all this time, that Brahmin fasted. So I don't know, Lakshmanji or Hanumanji, they went to Ram and they told him, this is the problem. This Brahman doesn't eat if they doesn't look at you. So Ram then he made by his own hands his own deity and he gave to that Brahman. He said, it's not different from me. So you just look at the deity, worship the deity and you eat every day. It is said that that deity of Ram is in Udupi. Yeah, from that time. I don't know which temple in Udupi, but it's in Udupi, in south. So wonderful pastimes are there of Ram and there's so many more. I couldn't cover everything. So many more. But today is a very auspicious day. We can take so many teachings from Ram's pastimes and not just Ram and Lakshman's pastime, Bharat, Hanuman, how much service attitude they had, how much sacrifice they all made for the service of Ram. And Ram also, to keep the honor of his father word, he went to the forest. No second question, no argument, nothing. Not a second thought he gave. And Sita ji is how much sacrifice she made for the pleasure of Ram. So we should also get into our system that to please Ram, to please Krishna, to please Guru, we have to also make sacrifices in our lives. And of course, the best sacrifice in this day and age of chant the holy names. We put in our time and effort to do what? Chant. Chant and discuss the pastimes of Krishna, Ram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this will purify us. So I'll stop here and see if anybody has any questions or comments.
Most of the people now here you can do like mode of pressure, like they are beautiful, they are demons.
So according to Bhagavad Gita, who are demons? Demonic and divine qualities are given. No? Demonic quality is, I want to enjoy myself.
But I was thinking they are at least ugly. And they are beautiful.
Yeah. We in serials they depict him as very ugly person because basically it's a fight between good and ugly, beautiful and ugly. That's all. But his consciousness was that ugly. He wanted to enjoy. And actually, we also like when Diwali comes, what do? We do Lakshmi Puja. No? So we want Lakshmi to come in our house. Ravan also wanted to enjoy Sita. We want to enjoy Lakshmi. But the real way of bringing Lakshmi is bring Narayan. Lakshmi will come along with it.
Without Vishnuji, Lakshmi doesn't come.
Yeah, Vishnu and Narayan, same thing. No? So same thing. Ravan, if he had invited Ram to his palace, Sita ji would have come with Ram. Not for his enjoyment, for service. But so we are also little Ravans. No? We have this tendency of Ravan. We all want Lakshmi. Sukh sampatti gharave, kashta mite tanka. So bring Ram, bring Vishnu, bring Krishna in our house. Lakshmi ji will come. He knew the Vedas. And he was son of a Brahman actually. His father was a Brahman. No, father was from Brahman and mother was from Rakshasa family. Somehow.
Is it Kubera and Rama belongs to the same?
They call me in the Kashyap Muni's family. No? So Diti and Aditi, two wives. No? So from Diti came all the demons, Aditi came all the demigods. So they all are related. It's just they keep on fighting. Kubera is a yaksha, is a position of a yaksha, but they came in the same family. So, should we stop here? Any other questions or comments? Okay, so first I stop the recording. Hare Krishna. Anybody from online? If somebody has any question? No. So thank you all very much. Have a very wonderful Ram Navami day. Enjoy your day. Hari Bol.